Mr. Cantor, you and the other Republican leaders sent a letter to the feds asking them not to lower interest rates again. Can you say why you did that? And a lot of economists say that, and respond to a lot of economists that say that's actually going to hurt the economy if they take your advice.
You know, I think that many of us feel that some of the very loose monetary policy has had a negative effect as far as global confidence in our currency and ultimately in our economy. We're trying to maintain a sense of fiscal discipline in the kind of policies and legislation that we're pressing, and want to see the administration join us in a strong dollar policy and sensible regulatory policy and a pro-growth tax posture.
Mr. Cantor,
for just a minute. I know you talked about this yesterday. You said you thought the CR would pass the House, but there was some implication that you might need Democratic votes. You have as high as 66 defections on your side of the aisle here. I know you're not the whip, but are you confident that this bill will pass with Republican support and Democrats withhold their support?
You're right. I'm not the whip, so I cannot.
Ask him.
Right, and I cannot opine, nor maybe would I if I were the whip, as the vote count. But what I can tell you is this: the real debate here is whether we're going to stick to the agreement of the debt ceiling, which said that we've got the fixed number at the top, the 1043 number, and are we going to start spending more? Are we going to allow yet again another opportunity to take advantage of a crisis? We're not for that. We are for getting the people the disaster relief they need and do so in a responsible manner. And that's why what you'll see today is a CR that'll pass the House floor and go over to the Senate.
But it was those 66 who defected. You said, you're for, stick to the agreement.
Chad, I think at this point there is one or two outcomes here. Either you're going to spend more than what we planned on the debt ceiling agreement, or you're going to stick to the agreement. And I think that the folks on our side of the aisle, the members, are very focused on trying to practice fiscal discipline, deliver the needs for the people in disaster-prone areas, and do so in a responsible way.
But on top of that, Leader Cantor, no, wrong person, Leader Reid has said, yes, you're definitely wrong person. We can try it again. He said yesterday that they're not going to back down because the amount of money in this CR and the House CR is not adequate. So are we heading for another government shutdown?
No, first of all, we went through this yesterday too, there is $1 billion of emergency aid in our CR. That's twice what the administration requested, and that money is, as we know, offset. There's also the budgeted amount, the full budgeted amount, $2.65 billion, for FY012 the entire year, which the agencies will have access to over the course of the next month and a half. I think if you ask the agencies, that is more money that they could actually push out the door, and we believe strongly enough money to address the disaster-prone areas and the victims of the latest disasters. So that's not the question. It is, as I said yesterday, this is all about Harry Reid playing politics. If Harry Reid wants to play politics, he can go ahead. As I said earlier, we're about doing the business of the people. We're about making sure that we are prudent shepherds of taxpayer dollars, but getting the disaster relief monies out. It is only Harry Reid that is talking about a threatening shutdown. It's not us. Jill?
So would you be willing to compromise if it comes down to the House bill not being able to pass the Senate? Would you keep members in this weekend? Would you keep them next
Jill, the House will do its job, will pass the funding mechanism. Harry Reid, if he lives up to the agreement that was signed in August by the President, will do so as well. And we can then continue to focus on getting people who need the aid, the necessary funding, and begin to focus finally on this economy. Even though the President's out there campaigning, we want to do our work here so we can see people get back to work. Thank you very much.